It's Toy Box vs Galaxy Adventures in today's video. Let's check it out.
Today it's time to pit them head to head. It's the Toy Box range versus the Galaxy of Adventures. It's the rise of Skywalker, Rey, and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren versus the Toy Box versions of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Rey.
Hey guys, me, Super Sorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. I got the Galaxy of Adventures figures, and I've also got the Toy Box figures of Kylo Ren and Rey from the new Rise of Skywalker movie. These figures all came out as a part of the new Triple Force Friday, which was fun in the UK as we didn't have stock of anything. But we've managed to get things now as time's gone on, as you saw from the haul the other day. I was going to do all individual reviews for these, but I thought, do I really need 4 different videos to show these off? And I thought, nah, I could do them in one big video. When we've got new characters, they're cool to look at individually, but when we're talking about another Rey and another Kylo Ren, and we don't need multiple videos for these, so I just thought I'd do one big video where we're going to compare them and see which line we think is better. Do we like the Toy Box series or the Galaxy of Adventures? Galaxy of Adventures is a new line this year from Hasbro, and they are of the same price. These are £10 price marks, so they are pocket money action figures, as I like to say. And I do actually like the animated style to them. It does look very cool. And the actual TV programs, you can watch them on YouTube under Galaxy of Adventures, or as a part of the Disney Life app. And they're decent little cartoons, like anime almost. I kind of like it. And again, these are by Hasbro, so this kind of does go with the Toy Box line. So if they ever make figures in this line, maybe like Greedo or someone who you wouldn't think they would necessarily make in this line, then they will definitely cross over and they'll look good together because they're the same scale. So they do look good together. But let's get on with unboxing these bad boys. But before we do, let's go to the desk cam so you guys can check out the box artwork and see what's going on with these different figures.
So before we go ahead and break them all out of the packaging, let's take a look here. So these are the older versions of Rey and Kylo Ren from Season 1 of the Toy Box range. These were numbers like 1 and 2, I think, in the collection. They're pretty low down. And then they've basically done remolds and rehashes of them. So here is the new Rey in the packaging. Number 14 now in the series. It's part of the Star Wars Toy Box range, exclusively to Disney. And if we spin it around, you can see the other characters currently in the range, as well as the upcoming Darth Maul. Can't wait for these figures. These were just £7 each, and I did get them from the Shop Disney website, shopdisney.co.uk. And it's the same with Kylo Ren. He's the new version of Kylo Ren, the Supreme Leader, with the new weird red-lined helmet that we keep seeing in all the new toys. Doesn't have his hood this time. And again, there's no other leaflets or anything in the bottom of these. These are just have this on the back, so we don't know what's coming in the other series other than Star Wars figures, sadly. But I do want to pit these head-to-head against the Toy Box, the Galaxy of Adventures range, because these are very similar figures. As you see, we have Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren again here, but these are slightly different, but they are of the same scale and the same height and everything. They look very similar. So I love to know the differences and compare these and see which one we think is the better figure. Again, they do come with fancy action, so this does have a Sith slash, which causes him to twirl his lightsaber around, and I think Rey is something similar. Hers goes in the opposite direction, so they can clash lightsabers. And again, these are the other toys that you can get in the collection, including Chewbacca, who I've reviewed already, guys. If you haven't seen that review, go back and check it out. Then we've also got Finn, Kylo Ren and Rey we're doing today, but there's Darth Vader in the series as well, and the Jet Trooper, so stay tuned to see the reviews of all those figures. And if you enjoyed me doing this style of review, where I'm doing all 4 in one big video, then please let me know, and I can do videos like this more often, where we have more figures to unbox.
Alright guys, let's break them out of the box. So let's go with the Galaxy of Adventures Kylo Ren first here. So they do have little covers on them, just like most of Hasbro's new products. Stop people stealing things out of them. Okay, he came out nice and easy. That's one. Let's get Rey out. Oh, the Rey's actually really cool. Her ears are massive, like. They've made her ears really big. And actually, the lightsabers for these figures look like they would actually go with a 6-inch figure pretty easily. I mean, like, a Black Series figure could hold them, especially that blue one. Alright, so here we are, here's Kylo Ren. His hood does come off, which is nice. You can remove the cloak to have him as Kylo Ren here. And again, he's got his red along the helmet there, which is nice. His head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look up and down. The arm does lift up at that top hinge as well as rotate. The arm as well has a bicep hinge, on his single hinge though. And the hands are on ball joints as well, it seems. Yeah, full ball joint. He does move at his waist there, but it is hindered a little bit because it is... He does have his weird little lightsaber action, so you can just pull him to one side and he'll spring back. So that makes articulation a little bit awkward. But his legs do lift forward as well as backwards with a single hinge knee there, but it's actually more like a double hinge knee by the time it's used. And the feet are on rocket and pivot. No top thigh cut though, it seems, on this one. So that's pretty nice. It is quite thin. The toy box ones are pretty chunky by comparison. Here's the old Kylo Ren. So they are pretty skinny by comparison, these new figures. But if I put the cloak on him, obviously that does add a little bit more meat to the bones almost. Yeah, so when you put the cloak on him, it does look almost similar then. Okay, so that's Kylo Ren. Then we have Rey as well, which is very nice. Again, the artistic choice for those giant pixie ears are a little bit weird. But I like the hairpiece, that looks very cool. Head again on a ball joint, arms to lift up the top hinge as well as rotate. Single hinged elbow here that doesn't want to bend, there we go. It does also rotate at that hinge as well. Hands ball joint there. Waist swivel for Rey as well, but she's got the same spring sort of action. She has a fully working holster though, so we can put her blaster straight in there as well, which is nice. Again, that gun would probably scale well with a regular Black Series, if you were interested. How far down does that go into there though? Because that doesn't look very good so far. Well, it does take a little bit of teasing to get in there, but once it's in, it does actually sit in the holster pretty flush. Her legs do lift out as well as forwards. These pieces are all soft, so they're not going to hinder the articulation. With a knee joint there as well that also rotates. Again, no boot cut, no top thigh cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot. She does have a trigger finger gun, so she can fire her blaster, and she also does come with her lightsaber as well. Both fingers are trigger fingers, so you could use either or. Doesn't really matter. So just for argument's sake, let's get the blaster in the other hand as well. Yeah. Pretty nice figure, and I like the face on that one. I prefer the face on the Galaxy Adventures figures to the toy box ones. Yeah, the Galaxy Adventure ones actually look animated, but they don't look like the actual actress. It doesn't look like Daisy Ridley, sadly. So I'm just trying to get her to stand. I'm having trouble standing the Galaxy Adventure figures. I might have a little play with them off camera to try and get the hinges to warm up a little bit. Kylo Ren as well did come with his usual big, heavy, broadsword lightsaber. And of course we've got the toy box ones as well, guys. So let's break her out of there. You'll be able to see them side by side a lot better when we go to desk cam as well, don't forget. So we will go to the desk cam once we've unboxed them all. We'll be able to see a side by side comparison of the new figures. Plus we'll take a look at what the differences are between the old toy box figures from this line and the new ones. Because obviously, to a lot of people, I think these will be just repacks. There don't look to be too many changes to this Rey, actually. Looks pretty much the same. Just with a slightly different coloured outfit. Admittedly, yeah, it is reminiscent of her new costume, let's not get it wrong. But it doesn't like to be the same mould of the old costume, just recoloured. With a few new bits added. Oh my god, how many rope ties, Disney? I know Disney like rope ties, but on a toy box figure, they put like 6 rope ties in there. What are they afraid of? It's a toy box figure, she cost £7 for God's sake. If you cut out the rope ties, it'd probably be £4. That's a lot of plastic for what it was. No wonder Hasbro need to cut down the plastic use. Jeez. Let me just get rid of these boxes. Into the pile of boxes behind me. Ugh. You should see my floor, it's littered with plastic. I've done a lot of reviews recently, I need to tidy up. And we got Kylo as well. Get him out of there. Okay. Again, 1 rope tie, 2 rope tie, 3 rope tie. Has he just got the 3? We thought that with Rey and then we started moving her. I think there is only the 3 on Kylo. Oh, there is one at the top of the lightsaber, but I can pull that out without hindering it. There we go. Right. So here is our new Kylo Ren Toy Box figure, which is pretty cool. I have noticed that his ball joint head does look all the way up, which is pretty insane. And it does look quite far forwards. The hinge on that is ridiculous. It makes his neck look really long. Look at that neck. It does look really weird. It looks like a chicken. Oh, and you can't move it forward and backwards. Oh, chicken! Oh, they shouldn't have done that. Right. So he does have the rounded hand so he can hold his lightsaber, and he does have more of a force grabby hand. Force grabby hand? Yeah, that's a weird phrase. The lightsaber only just actually fits in that hand. That's weird. It just kind of sits in it. It doesn't quite grip it. It just kind of sits in the hand, and then probably will fall out so easily. Oh no, actually it's staying in. But it leans backwards. I don't like that. It's about how you use it. But again, like I said, the arms do lift up that top hinge, do rotate with an elbow there, and the hands are on ball joints. It can crunch forwards and backwards a little bit at the waist. Oh, this one actually doesn't, but it does have the waist swivel. His legs lift out. No top thigh cut, but there is the single hinge knee there. Is there secondary at the boot there? No. Just at the knee does swivel a little bit, and the feet are on pivots. What I like about the toy box figures, I don't think I noticed them. Oh no, they do have them. Both figure lines actually have holes on the bottom of the feet, so you can put them on bases if you really wanted to, if you're having a lot of trouble with them. And then of course we've got Rey, who, like I said, the costume's okay. It's just slightly different from her original one, really. There's not massive amounts of differences. We've got the hands are on they're exactly the same, so one lightsaber hand and one force open hand. The hairpiece is now more tied up. It looks to be the same face sculpt, just slightly painted differently to make her look different. The costume itself is the same, just painted different, it seems. They've just seen, they've removed, right, okay, so they've removed, instead of using this as the overgarment, they've used that as the main garment. It's got a hood on the back now. And then they've put the same holster back on that she had. And it looks to be the same lower body, just repainted. And they've turned that into a satchel for her sidearm now, rather than a little pocket book thing that she had before. So yeah, nice. We needed an updated Rey. This is now in keeping with Rey, as we see her in the new movie. I think this is going to look more accurate. So what I'm going to do now is, guys, I'm going to go to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at all these figures side by side. So then we can also look at the which figure line we think is the best. Plus, then we'll take another closer look at what makes these the old toy box and the new toy box. Let's have a look at them side by side as well. So let's go to the desk cam.
Alright guys, here we are on the toy box shelf looking at these awesome figures. And as you can see here, this is the new toy box range versions. These are the new ones. They are pretty swish. Loving those new red lines on Kylo Ren. I'm liking his new weird force grab hand. It does look good opposite her doing it as well. So it looks like they're both using the force. And then of course they've got lightsabers as well. They're pretty cool. Moving down, then of course we've got the new Galaxy of Adventures Kylo Ren and Rey. Again, they look pretty sick. And then we've got the old toy box Kylo Ren and Rey as well. Very similar to the new ones, just slight differences there for Kylo Ren and Rey in the new line. So, which is your favourite, guys? Do you think the toy box versions, or do you think the Galaxy of Adventures versions? So here is... Oh, Rey's not going to stand up on her own. There we go. Lean a lightsaber against the other one's head. So the toy box figures are a little bit thicker, as you can see. There's like a thicker plastic almost. The new Rey action figure here from Hasbro for their kids line is pretty thin. They do have trouble standing, in my opinion. I am struggling to get her to stand up on her own without her constantly falling over. Again, I think that comes with the territory of the thin plastic and the amount of articulation on that thin plastic. It just feels very heavy. As soon as you put the lightsaber in her hand, she feels very top heavy. Because the figure itself weighs next to nothing. And as much as I keep playing with it, it just doesn't want to stand up on its own. So that is a big annoyance. But again, they do have pegs, so you could use a little stand and she'd be fine. But again, the toy box ones do stand up a lot easier. You watch, I won't be able to stand her now. Now I've got her under. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can't do it now. Now I've said that. Now I've said she's better at standing. She won't stand up. There we go. So at least with her, even though her feet aren't completely flat to the floor, you know, she stands up. Whereas the new one, as much as I'm messing with this figure, trying different poses and different ways of putting the feet, she just doesn't stand, and it's because of that lightsaber just causing her to be completely offloaded and heavy. Which is such a shame, really. Right, them two are doing my head in, they keep falling over. So here's the new Kylo, and the new Galaxy Adventures Kylo. I like the height of this Kylo Ren, because, you know, he isn't a small guy. He's a very tall character. Oh god, they're all falling over. He is a tall character. He's not a small character by all means, so I like the height of the new one. But I do like the broadness of this Kylo Ren. But for actual, in keeping with the character, this is probably more accurate, especially when you're looking at the actual, what it was based on up here, look. He's actually not a big character on the cartoon. So I think they have done right by him, by creating him as this small. And again, this cloak does come off pretty easily. It does just slide off. So this could be used again with another action figure just over the top of the shoulders and the head, which is nice. So it does have reusage. And that does give us a different look for our Kylo as well, without the big long cloak on. So that's pretty cool too. But if we move that out of the way and bring in the other Rey again, because you guys do ask me all the time for comparisons. So this is the new Rey and Kylo Ren. Oh my god, I keep knocking everything over in this video. Oh, don't you fall over. Don't you start, Kylo. Poking it with the lightsaber. And there is the old Kylo and the old Rey. Oh no, come on. Stand for 2 minutes of my video. There. So as you can see, the Kylo Rens are completely different. They have had completely new molds and sculpts for Kylo Ren, which is good. I like that. Completely different. It's the Reys where they seem to have made a lot of the similar choices. It is a new top heavy, like a new top sculpt, because like the clothing is different there. As you can see, it's not just repainted because it's textured. She's no longer wearing the undergarment there with with the robes over the top. It's more of like on that other one, it's like there's like a little bit of an under top here, but you can't, as you can see, can't on this one. And they've replaced the wraps with the new leather strap around the hand and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And again, the lower part of the body is exactly the same. They've just kind of redone that belt, and that's about it, really. This is all new sculpt though, but yeah, the costuming is very similar. But again, so is the costume from the movie. So sometimes they've got to go with the material, obviously. This is the source material, and there's not much differences. But I would definitely say the new toy box ones are definitely an improvement upon the old ones. These are the ones I'll be using going forward. But what do you think, guys? Are you a toy box person, or do you like the new Galaxy of Adventures figures? Let us know in the comments below your thoughts. Like I said, they do kind of go together. The Chewbacca was did go really well with the toy box Han. But in this instance, I do think the taller Kylo Ren is better. But I do prefer this Rey. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. But until then, let's go back to the main cam and finish off today's video.
So guys, which is your favourite figure line? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Super Sorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Bye!